Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. And this is
Bestie
with my bestie. Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast.
Hello, everybody. It's Vanessa and Marly. Buster with my Buster. I took it too far. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Marly.
And this is
Bestie with my bestie.
And you're watching
Disney 2.
Disney 2?
Bestie.
With my bestie.
With my bestie.
Hold
on, I'm not... Hi. This is so long, bestie.
You would just have to draw the teacup. That's what we are. We're a teapot. I don't know why you...
I was just spelling it all out.
They do spell... Do they spell Disney?
It's
I
the
thought
logo.
they did the... Yeah.
So you're right. I'm an idiot.
I didn't want to say anything, but Selena Gomez would be disappointed.
Can we just make this whole episode about her? You're like...
No, we can't make this whole episode.
No, don't make this whole episode.
That's how she talks. Don't come for me.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
She does
So,
not.
Marly loves Selena Gomez, and I do too. I'm not against Selena Gomez, but I've told her like it's kind of hard to watch her talk because I don't know if maybe she got like Botox or something, but there was this one TikTok where she was like doing a confessional and she just like was talking and she was barely moving her mouth and she was like kind of talking like this. And I'm like, I can't watch that. Like, I know her personality is probably fun and like super funny. And she's like, you know, the light of the room. Like, I get that. But for some reason, when she's like doing a confessional or in an interview, she's just so serious and she barely moves her mouth and she's talking like this. And I'm like, Selena, add some spice, add some flavor.
So I think what it is
Don't gifts.
is that, you know what?
You know.
Beep.
Hey. Beep, 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 beep.
I think what it is, though, why she tends to talk like that, because if you look at past interviews, she does not. It's not like that. But I feel like, especially lately, now that she has her like Rare Beauty impact and what it's all about is, you know, being kind and being like, you know, sweet to other people and things like that. Being careful about choosing your words and understanding what your words can do to someone else, I feel is why maybe she does speak like that sometimes, because she's trying to think about what she says before she says it. But I think she's just trying to do it in a
professional way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. But I just noticed it. Like, it was one of the first things that I noticed, especially with like her documentary. I still haven't watched it. But her documentary that came out, because I would see certain clips, and like one clip, she's super funny, like she's laughing, and she's just like having normal conversations. But then it'd go to her like talking in a confessional or like in an interview, and it's just like this whole different Selena that talks different. And I'm like, why did she do that?
Yeah.
But I mean, I do like her. I like Alex. Alex will always be my favorite.
Literally.
Oh, I love her. I haven't seen that stuff in like so long.
Not too recent. But last year, I watched the entire Wizards of Waverly Place series over, and then their movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it watching it like up to date? Like,
so good.
Was it the same?
It took me back.
Cheesy, or was it like?
It wasn't too cheesy. There were cheesy parts, but overall, it was not. I feel like the Disney Channel shows that they have now are more cheesy than what we had back then.
They are not the same.
No, it's not the same. And you can tell, like, I feel like previous ones had stories, you know, morals behind it. You know, there was
the acting seemed real.
Yeah, it was more relatable, you know, and I think that's what like drew people in when it came to Alex Russo. She was so like witty, sarcastic. Yeah. That's why I love her. And I love sarcasm.
Yeah. I'm doing you. That was sarcasm. No, you really are good at sarcasm. Like, there's so many times where she like comes over and you think she's serious, but it's like she just catches you off guard.
Yeah. Like, I remember like a couple times I'll get Eric and he's just like,
yeah, he doesn't know how to respond. He doesn't know what to do. And you're like, I'm kidding. All crazy.
He's like, all crazy. I know.
Should we explain that?
Yeah, because you said it last one too. You started laughing at me.
So if you guys haven't seen my vlog, I have a vlog with Andy and Marly the last times they came down.
Yeah.
And while editing it, I noticed that Marly says this phrase a lot. And I never noticed it until I was editing the video. And I was like, wow, like she says this a lot. And she says all crazy. And it's funny because she says it like after saying a joke or a punchline or sarcastically saying something. She goes, huh, all crazy. And the amount of times I saw that throughout the entire vlog, like you guys probably can't see it or hear it because I would cut it out. Like it's so funny. But I ended up sending Marly an audio message. I'm like, girl, the amount of times you say all crazy is so funny. Like I never realized that until editing this vlog. And I'm not even sure if you're aware of it or this is something that you know. And she responds to me back like, oh, no, I'm aware of it. And it actually used to say this, but it transitioned into this. And yeah, like that's just one of her phrases. So
since like junior high school, like I've always said that. I've always used to say all dumb after everything. And it's like, oh my gosh, everything all dumb. Like, and it's like, what? I don't know where I got that from. I don't know. I don't remember anyone else saying it. Was that like a thing? I don't know.
Or did you hear it from something?
Not that I could remember. It started off as all dumb. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to stop saying that because I say it. I used to say it after every sentence. It was so bad. And then it moved on to all crazy.
All crazy.
And I don't know why. I don't know. It just,
and what's funny is we were downstairs and Andy said it. And I'm like, all crazy. But now I'm like, watch me pick it up and say all crazy.
I know. It's like all crazy.
So if you hear her throughout the episodes, just know all crazy is her thing. I know. We should make merch that says all crazy. All crazy. Oh my God. That would be so cool.
So cute.
Would you guys get it? All crazy.
All crazy. I know.
But it does go with everything.
It does. Or like, you know, like, because you're just joking. Or it's, I mean, you know, it's like all dumb. I used to say that one, but it's like dumb.
Yeah.
So,
it's
crazy.
Cute. No, it is really cute. But I'm like, oh my gosh. Like the amount of times I've been with you and just Andy hanging out. And I'm like, I never noticed it until it took a vlog for me to go back in time and hear
really
everything.
Like hear it over and over. You're like, what is this? Like, why? Yeah, I know.
Because you say it at a time too where like everyone's laughing. So I think like by the time you say a joke or somebody says a joke, we all start laughing. You're like, oh, crazy. But like we're so busy laughing, we don't hear it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot of the times that you say it. But it's so funny.
Yeah, I know.
So funny.
So funny, right?
All funny?
All
no,
funny.
It doesn't hit. All crazy does.
All
I like
crazy.
it. You should brand yourself.
I know.
All crazy.
I know. It's all crazy. The eye
You're
roll
like
and everything.
so quirky. All crazy.
All crazy. You're going to start saying it.
I am. Watch.
This is going to be our punchline now.
Right. Well, now you know. If you hear it, now you know. So
she's going to call me out on it again.
I know.
I'm going to say and she's going to be like, all crazy.
All crazy. And it's going to make you laugh and you're like, all crazy.
I know. Like, all crazy. Just back and forth.
I know.
But yeah.
I forgot to put my ring on. I told myself after the last one, I was like, put your ring on. And I forgot. So if you come at me for like, where's your ring? It's away. I'm home 24/7. I don't wear it here. Sorry.
Hair.
Here.
I don't wear it here.
I don't wear it here. I don't wear it here. I never wear it anywhere.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. All crazy.
All crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Here we go. Now I'm noticing. Like I knew I said it, but I guess I don't pay attention to it because I've said it for so long, so many years. But now I'm gonna start like noticing.
Yeah.
Like,
but also if like, cause you live in, is it Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you live in, I don't want to sound stupid, in Nevada. Like wrong state, sweetie.
We're right next door to each other.
Yeah, that's the confusion. So you're around people who are used to that and who hear it all the time. So I think for me, like, it was just editing. I'm like, wow, she does say this a lot. So now that whenever you come down, this is the recent time here.
I know.
Just like, she says it a lot. Like, I'm more acute to it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, she's like, saying it. It's happening.
Yeah. In present time.
Yeah.
Not just the video.
Yeah.
I know.
You'll either say it fully, like, all crazy, or you go, okay.
No, or I'll just say all.
Yeah, all.
I'm like, all. And I like stop myself and I don't know why. It's like, if it's not that funny, I'm like, all. Or if it's too funny, I'll say all.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh. You're going to hear it now.
Oh.
I know that's true. I don't finish it sometimes.
That's funny though. It's funny. Like I love it. I love that.
Funny.
Oh man. But anyways, Back to our usual broadcasting. Today we're going to talk about extrovert or introvert. Which one do you think you are? Which one do you relate to the most? What you think is a definition of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or because there's introvert, extrovert, and then there's also like if you're in between, like a ambivert.
I think that's what it's called.
I just don't know how to say it.
I don't.
But I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. So are you an extrovert or introvert? I know what you are.
I'm more of an extrovert. Yeah. I would say.
Let's be honest here.
Let's be honest.
Let's be crazy.
Let's be crazy here, okay? I would consider myself more of an extrovert, but because I'm very bubbly, I like to talk to people, have fun, like be silly, goofy. But I feel like I do have moments where I can be an introvert, where I feel like I rather like be a little like isolated from everyone sometimes, and I just want to stay home. But I feel like that's a very normal thing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just want like some me time or quality time at home. For the most part, I'd say extrovert.
Yeah.
I like to be outgoing. I love meeting people, talking to people. Yeah. Like just having fun. I like to be in a group setting a lot of times, but I do like my one-on-one time, like with like friends or like with Andy, but for the most part, I do enjoy groups. And like the more the merrier is how I am. Like invite everyone over, invite over whoever, like let's go, let's invite these people, whoever we can, like let's get a group going. And yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I was like, you're an extrovert to the core.
Yeah.
You are just a ball of sunshine that wants to shine on everyone. Yeah, you're like, hey, everyone, it's me, Marly. It's the Marly show. It really is. You would be awesome if you had a show. What do you think I am? Really think about it.
I want to say...
Follow your gut.
You're an introvert, but you have... It's kind of like almost opposite. Like I feel like you're more of an introvert, but I feel like you have your extrovert moments too.
Yeah. I would say I am an introvert at heart because I love my alone time. I love to be alone. I've always been very independent, even at a young age. Like still to this day, it's hard for me to ask for help. It's hard for me to, I think, get used to a large group of people. Unless it's like people that I already know. Like if I'm comfortable with you and if we've met, you're gonna see the funny, outgoing Vanessa that's just like cracking jokes, never shuts up, singing all the freaking time. But if it's in a new setting, I'm just very like alert, aware of my surroundings, which I think that's for everybody.
I feel that's normal because I feel I can be that way too. Like I know how I am myself. Like I said, very silly, goofy. But when I first meet someone, I'll kind of like tone it down. Like a lot, I feel. And I will kind of read the room and see how things are going, see how people joke around, know like, oh, don't joke this way with this person or they don't like that. I like to observe for the first couple of times like I hang out with you and then see like what would bug you, what wouldn't, you know what I mean?
You're kind of just like reading the room, reading people out, seeing like what their boundaries are. If you can be this way with somebody, if you can't.
Yeah.
For me though, I feel like for you, I'm sure if Andy says like, oh, hey, so-and-so is coming over and like a bunch of friends are coming over, you're going to be like, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. For me personally, I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
How many people are coming over? Okay. And I'm just like on stress mode. And then I'm like, crap, then that means I have to like find the energy and I have to like get myself together and I have to put on a face or put on a show. But that's what happens a lot of the times. And I have to tell myself like, you're saying this now, but once they're here, you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I have to tell myself all the time. So like, even if me and Eric have plans to go somewhere, like me and him will both look at each other and be like, what did we get ourselves into? Like, we don't even want to go. But then I'm like, we say that now, but I'm sure once we're in that environment and we're around the group of people, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's Eric. Eric is a firecracker. He is extrovert all the way. He is a like people person. He's very much like he talks to the waiters. He talks to servers. He talks to everybody. For me personally, I'm like minding my own business. I don't talk to anybody. I'm very much to myself. I need my space. I need my personal time, my alone time.
Yeah.
But I would say being with him balances me out.
Yeah.
Because even if I'm going somewhere that I'm not comfortable with, knowing that he's there is also like, okay, he's my comfort zone.
Comforting. Yeah.
And I can show my extrovert self.
Yes, because you kind of have that comfort to fall back on.
Yeah. But for the most part, I would say I'm very much introvert, but I want to say I'm just in between.
Yeah. That's why I was like, because I could be like, I am an extrovert, but I have my introvert moments, definitely. But I wouldn't say you're a complete introvert.
Not now.
Yeah.
But back then, like in high school, if you met me,
that's it.
I was like the super depressed, lonely, sat by herself in school, didn't really have, like I had friends, but never like my own core group of friends. Yeah. Like I was introvert. I'd go home, go straight to my room, to the point where like my parents' punishment for me was to kick me out of my room. Because I was in there 24/7.
Right.
I never wanted to get out. I was happy in my room reading, just on my phone, just like escaping from reality. Sounds super depressed, but like I was introvert at heart, and I didn't have friends. And what's crazy now is like I'm finding that, oh my God, I have friends. And it's so different because of the Vanessa like years ago saw who I was now. She'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, like you changed. But it's like, it's also growing, maturing. Definitely. And I think it's finding knowing who you are. And then with that mindset, knowing like, okay, I can get along with people. I can make friends. I can be extrovert. But yeah, I feel like introvert first with some extrovert moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're a little ball of sunshine. And I think I remember like when we first met, I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to get along. Because I'm like, she came in fully dressed, heels, a dress, makeup on. And I'm like, that's not me. That is not who I am. But here we are. Our own freaking podcast. All crazy. That's crazy.
No, yeah.
It really is crazy.
I feel like, see, and the thing is with me, because I get what you mean though. Like when you meet someone, you have your initial, thought of that person and like your first impression, obviously. But I feel like I adapt easily to all sorts of people. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. So I feel like going in, like meeting someone, I'm like, I'll get along with you somehow. Like we'll talk about something, have something in common. I just feel like I adapt easily. I feel like I can make friends with a lot of people, a lot of different people, different types of people. And I feel like it's funny, even like in high school, I had different types of friends. Yeah. But all my friends were like different, but I got along with all of them, but had a different relationship with each friend. So I had one that was more shy. She was more quiet, very super sweet, innocent. And then I had like another friend that was very out there, wild, sports. And then I had like another friend that was kind of like, they were just all so different. So very
versatile.
Yeah. Versatile. So even so much that like introducing them kind of made me nervous, like because it's like, ooh, I know they don't like this, or they don't like to, or this one's so innocent. Like, I don't think she'd like that kind of talk, but this one's very like outspoken.
When two different groups join together.
Exactly. But it was like, I feel like all of my friends are so different. I feel like, yeah, like they all have their own. I mean, obviously they have their own personalities, but it's like very distinct personalities.
Yeah. It's like people have their own genres.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. It's like taking rock music and putting it with country. You're like, they could get along, but it's also like they're different.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I've always felt like with my friends.
Must be nice. No. I would definitely say though, like I have more friends today. And I think what helps too is social media. Like you always hear people say that like they grow up getting bullied or like in a very dark childhood, and then social media, they use that to escape. But it's like thinking about it now, like social media has helped me become an extrovert. I have so many friends online socially where I'm like, I would have never in person gone up to them or made an effort to introduce myself or initiate a conversation. Yeah. But now with social media, I'm like, I have friends who I'm dying to meet, who I want to hang out with, who I have hung out with. And I'm like, holy, yeah. And it's like, I've had conversations with Eric where I'm like, holy shit, like I have friends.
Yeah.
Because he's known about my past and like how much I've struggled with making friendships because just I push people away and I'm very independent, or like I grew up very depressed. But now I'm like, wait, no, I have friends. Like it was like such a shock to me where I'm like, wait a minute.
Like the realization
where I'm like, oh my God, things are changing. Like I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm evolving. And I'm not as bad as I think I am. Not to say that I was a problem, but I just had troubles keeping friendships or creating friendships.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think now I'm leaning more towards an extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
But very much like I enjoy my alone time.
Yeah.
I need it.
Mm-hmm.
I get irritated without it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So what's Andy?
Extrovert.
Oh yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny. He's just like how we described. We're both the same in the way where we read the room. We figure out what kind of a person you are, but we're very able to make friends with different types of people as well. And yeah, me and him are very similar in that way. But sometimes we just like kind of want to be more introverted, or I feel like he has more introvert moments where he's like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever. And I'm like, well, come on. Like, it'll be fun. Like, I'm like, once we get there, it's going to be fun. You're going to be glad you went. Like, let's just, I mean, even if we go for a little bit, like, let's just like show up.
Show face.
There.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just for a little. We don't have to stay the entire time, but just to say hi, mingle. And then we're one of the last ones to leave.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Is there ever any times where like maybe you guys annoy each other because of like your extrovertness? Or like maybe you're just like, oh, he's too much right now?
I don't think so. I feel like we're very much on the same page.
Okay.
And it's like if we both have like downtime, then we're both just like, we like to enjoy each other's company even if we're not doing anything. Like I don't think I ever get tired of him. Like I don't think I'm ever like, I just want to like get away from him. Like I don't have that feeling, you know, because I love just being in the same room as him. Like, but we're just watching a show or we're on our phones, whatever. We're playing like games on our phones or whatever. But it's funny. We're just so like when we got COVID, we stayed home for like the 2 weeks together because we were both so sick, and it's not like us to be quiet. We're constantly laughing, constantly joking with each other, talking nonstop about whatever it is. And that whole time when we were sick, like we were quiet. The house was so quiet. And one day we just started talking to each other, you know, one of the days when we were finally starting to get better. And we looked at each other at the same time. And we were just like, same time, like, are you feeling better? And then so like that's when like you could tell like we were just, that's the only time we're quiet is if we're sick and we're really not feeling good. Like our mood is like completely different from how it normally is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When you're sick, I can understand that.
Yeah. But like that's how much we're like the same in that kind of a way. It's like we're very talkative. So yeah.
Okay. I was like, what is that?
You saw that?
No.
No?
I just saw this.
You just
like, okay.
I know, that's what they're saying too.
It says.
I was just like, how he threw it too.
Yeah, like this conversation is over.
Yeah. Popsicle.
For me personally, I would say I have my moments. I'm not going to say I get tired of Eric, but there's a lot of moments where he's very extrovert and he'll wake up in the morning like super just like ready for the day. And I'm like, I'm not ready for this energy. Like I have to tell him sometimes like we'll vocally tell each other like I can't match your energy right now.
I'm still loading.
Yeah. So there's a lot of times where he's super hyper and I'm like, babe, look, I'm really not like I can't match your energy right now. So he understands like, okay, like don't take how she's feeling or how she's being serious because she's not at my level. And vice versa. Like there's times where I'm like a super extrovert and I'm just like super loud and I get hyper out of nowhere and he's like, oh, I can't match you right now. I'm just like, okay, back off a little bit. Hold. Yeah. But for the most part, when it comes to us, we enjoy our alone times, and maybe it's a different dynamic because we're both at home 24/7, and we have kids now. So I think as soon as we can even have alone time, we take advantage of it.
Right.
So even when like the kids are asleep, he'll go upstairs, he'll do his thing. I'm downstairs doing my own thing. We'll like cross paths here and there throughout the house, but we both know without even having to say it, that like he needs his space, I need my space. And then if I like want to just be near him, I'll go in his office, I'll just lay on the floor, be on my phone, because just his presence is enough.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think there are times where maybe his extrovertness is too much. And because I'm very chill.
Yeah.
I'm a very, very chill. I get it from my dad. My dad's super chill. He's super mellow, super calm. And that's something that Eric had to get used to, because he's very emotional and very like expressionate and like this and that. And he's like a firecracker. And for me, I'm like, yeah, no, that's cool. Wow. Okay. So he had to get used to that.
Yeah.
But luckily for him and me, like we balance each other out.
Yeah.
So even when he feels like he can be maybe sometimes too dramatic with something that happens, like I'll balance him down. Like, it's not that big of a deal, you know, like it's okay. Let's tone it down a little bit. It's not that crazy. So I think for us, obviously it works for us, but yeah, I would say sometimes he can be too much for me in a moment.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm overstimulated as it is. I can't match you right now. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, but your tone and your, what am I trying to say? Energy is just not on my level right now. Or I'm not on your level.
Yeah. No, and that's nice that you guys communicate that with each other. So it's like no hard feelings, nothing personal, not upset with you or anything. It's just not there right now. Or like, you just woke up. I'm still loading for the day. I'm like waking up barely, literally. I'm half asleep, whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's good though. Like I feel like if any of you are listening and say you notice that between you and your partner, like just communicate with them and let them know like, hey, like right now I'm just not in the mood to match your energy, and just understand it's not personal, but it's just like I need some space, you know? Unless you're like Marley and Andy, then go for it. Be little firecrackers.
Yeah, no, like then it just doesn't start like it's really we're very upbeat people.
Yeah, no, like, you are. You guys are fun to be around.
Yeah. Thanks.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up already.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, sorry, we love you guys. Like I get excited when you guys come over because I'm like, Marley and Andy.
I get so excited when we come over. It's so fun. Like whatever we end up doing, like if we're just playing like board games or we're watching like a movie like with the boys or something, whatever it is, if we're just chilling, talking, catching up, like it's just always fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And I feel like a lot of people, hopefully you guys saw it in my vlog. If you haven't watched my vlog with Marley and Andy, oh my gosh, please watch it. It's on my YouTube channel, Nessa Smalls, but you guys can see like how we are with each other behind the scenes.
Literally. Yeah. I think she did such a good job. You did such a good job editing it. Like everything in there that you added.
Thank you.
Masterpiece.
Thank you. Wow.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
We cracked up. We watched it like 3 times.
I watched it so many times though that by the end of it, when I finally posted it and I watched it one more time, I'm like, okay, I don't think this is funny enough because I've outwatched it.
Right. It was just overplayed.
Yeah. But then when I was showing Eric, I was looking at him like,
like,
what did he think?
Like,
yeah. I laughed so hard when you did that because like
that's another thing I do, and Andy will like point, like he had to point it out to you guys because I do that. Like if I say a joke, like what he was telling you earlier, if I say a joke and no one heard me, or if like no one laughed, I'm like,
I think that's so
like
funny. Like I personally think that's hilarious. So when I saw that in the vlog, because we were talking about the like, oh like wow, that was really bad. Like you singing. You did that, like you went out of the frame and you laughed, and then I looked over at you and like you pop up in frame and you're like I laughed so hard. I'm like, I'm keeping that in. That's so funny. You can hear me laugh hard at that part.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I love that. I think it's freaking hilarious. Like,
it was funny. It was the whole thing was so funny. I loved like you guys doing like The Office, and then the camera literally went to me, and I was just like.
The awkward silences.
I know. I loved it.
You guys have to watch it. It's super, super funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just gonna have to go on my channel and look at it. But yeah, that's going to be the topic on extrovert and introverts.
Mhm.
Let us know if you agree with us, if you relate to us, if you have any stories about it or coming across somebody that you did not get along with because they're the opposite of you.
Yeah, if it was like, if it's too much of the opposite of you, like, but sometimes they say opposites attract. So,
And in mine and
could
Eric's
work.
case, it does.
Mhm.
And you and Andy's are a testimony that two of you together.
We're literally bouncing off of each other. Like, that's what it is.
That's like a ping pong. Bing, bing, bing,
yeah,
bing, bing, bing,
that's literally it.
Versus Eric's like, bing. And I'm like, oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Popsicle stick?
Your thorn.
My thorn?
Your thorn.
Okay, Gru. Let's see. Okay. Would you date someone your friend hooked up with?
No.
No.
Why? I would feel the need to like naturally compare myself, whether it be emotionally. Like, I would have so many questions. Like, you hooked up with her, so like, did you have feelings for her? Did you not have feelings? Was it
Me
just
or her?
Me or her?
Me or her?
Yeah. Was it just sexual? And even then, it's like obviously, like, what did she do? Does it feel better with her? Like,
so you're looking at it more of like a comparison.
Yeah, I wouldn't help but look at it any other way. Like, it's just, and it's also like weird to me to kind of share. Like, it would just be awkward, I feel like, to hang out in a group setting. It's like knowing like, oh, you guys have hooked up with each other. Cool. Like, you know what I mean? It would be awkward in that way for me. I'd feel uncomfortable, even though that's my friend and I love them. But it's like, it would be a natural thought process for me.
Yeah.
Being in the same room with both of them, it would pop in my head. I'd have my imagination go however it went about it. And I wouldn't be able to stay friends with them, or I wouldn't be able to continue dating them.
Got it. Okay. So that I understand, the constant comparison, or maybe like, not to say that you're insecure of like your friend, but maybe the whatever they had with each other and like the experiences.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I would compare like the sex. I would compare emotional. Like, did you like them genuinely? So do you still? And I guess it depends like how far back it happened, but that would be my natural, and then it's just kind of like, it'd be a little awkward, I feel like.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario. What if you're dating you start liking a guy, obviously hypothetical. You start liking a guy and you go on a few dates, you guys start dating. It's not official, but you start like dating, the process of dating. And then you realize on one of the dates that like, oh, he's knows a friend of yours and he opens up like, oh yeah, like we actually had something in the past. How would you feel?
I'd feel weird.
Really?
I would like right away feel weird. Yeah.
You and the girl are you're friends, but you're not like best friends. You're just like friends.
But do we hang out? Do I invite her to my birthday?
Knowing you
event?
probably would.
That's what yeah, it's like, do I invite her around? Is she around often? Do we just catch up and hang out every once in a while?
But you and him have been dating and you're really liking him.
Dating for how long?
Oh my gosh, Marly, 6 months. My God, the specifics.
I know, I'm sorry.
You're like, how long have I met him and how long have I met my friend?
And girl, what color is his hair? Yeah, no. And okay. And it's crazy because I love the idea of love. All of it. I love to show affection. I love to be lovey-dovey with you.
They did it once.
Was it good?
They hooked up once.
Was it good?
Okay, so your mindset is still on the fact that you've been with somebody that I know it's a no.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to overcome that, honestly. It would. And honestly, too, like I said, I love the idea of love. I love all of that. So strangely enough, when dating someone, getting to know someone, talking to someone, I can easily just stop talking to you and it's whatever. In the beginning, it takes a while till I know for sure I love you, and that's when I'm going to give you my all.
Got it.
I don't know. 6 months though, I guess it depends. It just depends, honestly, if I hang out with that friend a lot to the point where if it's my birthday, if they're going to come over, if they're going to go to dinner with us, things like that, I would feel uncomfortable being in the same room as the both of them. I wouldn't know how to react or how I would feel. I don't know if I would get that. Like, I don't know. Like, what if maybe I attempt to, like, you know, not think about it really, and I do say yes to dating him, and we do have like a little get together with a bunch of friends or like Friendsgiving or something, and I see them talking or something. I'm like going through this like whole thing, and I see them talking. I'm like, why are they talking? Or like, but it's like she's a friend, like she's just coming over. He's my man. He's just talking to her, being nice, friendly. Yeah. But it's like, but why? You know, it's
like
just,
the possibility of it reigniting something.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to personally.
Okay, that I understand. I feel like I would be a little slightly different because I would understand the comparison. But if I had a friend and they hooked up like once and I found out, I would be like, okay, I would maybe talk to him and be like, how do you feel towards her? Like, do you have any emotions towards her? How did it end? Let me get your side of the story. And then let him know that like I'm actually friends with her, so I don't want this to be weird.
Yeah.
If we do move on, but then I think I would have a talk with her and be like, hey, I've been talking to somebody and I just found out that you actually know him and you had a thing with him. And I think just to have the reassurance or comfort, like, are you okay with this? Because if you're not, then I can stop communicating with him. And I know that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But I think as long as I think have the story on both sides, because who knows, maybe he's like, oh, I'm completely done with her, but she's like, I'm not. You know, like it was a hookup, but it turned into something emotionally for me. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, then that's you. Go for it. Go do your thing. I don't want to even get in between that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think for me, I would take into consideration my friend's feelings. If she's like, oh yeah, dude, like go for it. It was like a one-time thing. Like I don't even care about him or nothing. Like I'm doing my own thing. I'm moving on. I'm hooking up with other people. I'm gonna be like, okay. Like for me personally, I don't think I would compare myself. I'm gonna be like, I get it. One night stands. Things happened. If she's saying she's over it and he's over it, then like, okay, let me at least try. But if let's say if I give him a try and I notice that like, maybe I'm not okay with this, or let's say like they're in the same room together and I notice something, then I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work out because I think you guys aren't done.
It's not how you said it was or how it ended. And that's why I'm saying like, I would want to know like, how was everything? Like, how was the sex? Like, how was it emotionally? Did you have emotions for them? Because like, that's a little different from just hooking up. Like if there were feelings attached, it just, I don't know, it changes things. There's so many things I think about. My mind wanders. So I would just probably not.
I mean, give me the whole scoop. Give me the details and everything. And like I said, your point of view versus her point of view.
But then what if there's too many details? And then it's just like, and that's, you know?
I feel like that wouldn't matter to me though, because maybe the details are good or maybe the details are bad. But in the end, I'm like, oh, but that's her as a person. That's like not me as a person. Yeah. And maybe I could tell, like, is that something that you liked? Or is that something that was a problem for you? I think now that I'm an adult, it's easier for me to say, like, I think my communication would be better. If I was, like, in high school and this shit was happening, it'd be messy.
Yeah.
But now that I'm, like, in my 20s, I'm, like, communication's key, not wasting time on anybody. That's why I'm, like, get to the point. You hooked up with my friend? Okay, hey, I'm talking to this guy. He's saying he hooked up with you. What was it like for you? Are you okay with it? Are you not? You're not? Okay, boom. You are? Okay, I'm just to let you know, I'm still going to talk to him then. I just wanted to run by it with you. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't think I would stop entirely just because he hooked up with a friend. Maybe it was like years ago, or it was a one night thing, or it just didn't work out between them. I'm like, okay, things happen. Maybe it could work out with us. If not, then whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I understand your point of view too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Yeah, I mean, that's honestly a good one. And I feel like that's also very relatable. Maybe
Yeah.
a lot of friendships can find themselves in that situation.
Yeah,
And it could be a sticky one.
for sure. So final answer. It's a no-go for me.
For me, it's situational. I don't think it's entirely a no-go for me. It would just depend on communication with both parties and then see where I go from there.
Yeah. I guess if it's a friend that it's like we're not very close, I would consider it more.
Yeah.
But if it's one of my besties, someone I talk to on a regular, someone I invite over, then it's probably an automatic no for me.
But also, too, I feel like if you're friends with somebody and you're close and you hang out or talk regularly, then you should be aware of this person.
Yeah.
You know?
But it depends, I guess, how long ago was it?
That's true.
So,
yeah.
It could be before they met.
That's very true.
You know? That's where it's hard.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, you guys, you know the drill. Let us know in the comments down below if you've been in any of the situations that we talked about, if you can relate to any of the topics that we talked about, if you're an extrovert or introvert, and if you've hooked up with a friend's hookup, if you've dated a friend's hookup.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you? Has it gone successfully for you, or has it just ended in chaos? Let us know the details down below or DM us. And yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
The classic. And we're done. That's a wrap.
Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate you guys. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We will leave our socials down below in the description box. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace out.